Hey guys, last week you saw Chanel's grimiest dude ever. If you missed it, check it out. And this week we are hearing about my grimiest breakup slash dude ever.
Let's begin.
Okay. Yeah. My worst breakup, grimiest dude ever. I would say, first of all, to put this into context, so that you know just how grimy. This is like somewhere around 15 years later.
Mm-hmm.
And he is still the grimiest dude I have ever been with / broken up with. This kid, I knew him since I was like 10 years old. He lived in the same complex as one of my aunt's house. And like all the kids in the neighborhood used to play with each other. I was always at my aunt's house. We went to school together, so I knew him, he was another kid in the neighborhood kind of thing. When high school started, he started showing interest in me, like freshman year, while he had a girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
I went to a party one time and he like cornered me in the back trying to like kiss on me. I'm like, boy, like you got a girl, like leave me alone. He was funny though. He was funny and he was charming. And although I was not about to, help him cheat on his girl, I was attracted to him. So, I kind of like laughed it off and shrugged it off and, went my separate way. And, still in the same high school, he was still with homegirl, but every chance he got, he was like in the hallways. She could attest to this while he was with his girl. In the hallways trying to corner me like where nobody was and, trying to spit game to me and shit. So, I mean, like I said, I was attracted to him. He is very funny. He is very charming, but I was not the other girl. Like, I was not into being that person. So nothing ever, happened. He used to like even try and pop kiss me, like just out of the blue. Like I'm over here talking to somebody and then I turn around and on my lips and stuff, and I'm like, boy, like, yeah. Well, he had a girl. So yeah, after him and homegirl break up, he actually before they broke up, we used to talk, like we were friends, and we'd talk on the phone all the time. And him and his girl, I think they like barely talked because I think her parents were strict or whatever. So him and I used to be on the phone all the time, like talking. But again, I've known the kid for like ever. So, and we used to talk about music a lot. Mm-hmm. Like back then it was them like, oh, make mixed CDs and all this stuff when we talk about, and I love me some R&B. And he'd always put me onto like new R&B songs I didn't know about. So after they broke up, he called me and told me, it was like prom night. He called me and told me that they broke up and he wanted to come see me. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning or something. Like he wanted to come see me. And of course we're friends. So I'm like, on one hand, I'm like worried. Like I'm like, what is going on? And he comes and basically it's like, I want to be with you kind of thing. So, I was young and dumb at that point. And in my head, I was just like, okay, like we vibe. We've been friends. I like him. He likes me. Like, let's do this. I mean, I would never, ever, ever, ever do that again in my life. Like,
lesson learned.
Yeah, girls, you need to learn that when someone just breaks up with their significant other, there's no chance, absolutely none, that they are not over that person. Like, you don't jump into a relationship right after. No matter what they tell you. They could tell you, I hate this person.
I was never even in love with them.
Yeah, no.
I was miserable the entire relationship.
It don't even matter. They are not over that person. Yeah, they can tell you whatever the hell they want to tell you. They are not over that person. Yeah. Do not ever get with somebody right after they break up with somebody. It's just not going to happen. So, yeah. get with him. We spend the rest of the summer together, basically. And I mean, together meaning like stupid little young together, because I was at my mom's house and nobody knew I was even dating or having interactions with boys at all. And I mean, this was later in high school. I was not a young little fast chick. Yeah. So we were together for like the next few months into my senior year, and then senior year comes, and like the middle of senior year comes, and I get injured, and I end up mind you, like this entire relationship, like, yeah, it's like stupid, like young stuff, but he would come over to my house all the time. Like I would, leave the house at like 11 o'clock and go sit in the car with him and just talk and, vibe. And so it wasn't like we weren't seeing each other or anything like that. We were on the phone with each other during the day. We were texting each other during the day. Like it was substantially enough for high school.
It's a high school relationship, right, but just not all the way. You understand what I'm saying?
So after I got injured halfway through my senior year, I was on crutches for a while, and I couldn't go back to school for a while. Mm-hmm. Like it was like a couple months I was out, and I was at home, and he used to like come over. He was in college at this point. He used to come over after he had football practice and whatever, and we'd like hang out and stuff. Next thing you know, one of my best friends in high school calls me in the middle of the day one day and tells me, some girl, by the name of blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no. And she was just like, well, I have class with her, and I was sitting next to her, and she's talking about her boo. And, girl, her boo is your boo. Yeah, sip that tea, girl. And I was sitting there like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, what do you mean? I don't understand. So she, makes friends with the girl and starts talking to the girl about our boo. Our boo.
We've been FBIing from way back in the day.
And the girl, tells her all her business, and is just like, yeah, he picks me up after school and he takes me home and he been trying to get with me and da-da-da. And I'm like, oh. So, I don't say nothing. I'm that person that like I'm not impulsive. Like other people, if they have information, they need to get that crap off their chest like ASAP, and it's like word vomit, and you just end up fighting. I'm
not getting any information.
Yeah, I'm very methodical about everything. So I knew all of this, and he comes to my house probably like 2 days later or something. And I already talked to my best friend. I'm like, yo, you need to call me with her while he's at my house. So she waited until like a lunch break or something. Anyway, I call, I'm sitting there in bed with him, just, lying down, vibing, all this. And, we just talking. And then, I get a phone call from my best friend. I'm like, oh, hold on. And he knows my best friend, obviously. We all went to the same high school. So I pick up the phone now. I'm like, oh, she called me on lunch, whatever. I pick up the phone. And so she, she puts homegirl on the phone with me. And I'm like, oh, okay. So what were you saying? Like, what's the deal? What's been going on? And she starts telling me, yeah, he picks me up every day after school. He drops me home. We sit in the car. He's met my mom. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, oh, okay. So while he's there in front of my face on the bed, I start repeating everything she's saying. I'm like, oh, so you went to pick so-and-so up from school? Oh, and you met her mom? And you be driving her to, oh, yeah? And he's looking at me like, what, why are you on the phone with her? Why are you talking to her? You believe her? You gonna believe her over me? Homeboy gets completely pissed off. Guys will always do that to you. Will always try to turn it around as if they're not in the wrong. He flips out, almost wanting to like bang my bedroom door as he's walking out, like pissed off as all hell. Like, why are you mad at me that you got caught? Why? So he starts, storming out. Then he comes back because he realizes I'm not chasing after him. He comes back and he's just like, get off the phone. So you're just gonna believe her? Da, da, da. So I'm like, all right, cool. So-and-so, I'll call you. We'll talk. Thank you for the information, whatever. So he comes and he's like trying to talk his way out of it, and I was just like, this is not something you're gonna talk your way out of. Like, I'm not dumb. So I asked him like, tell me what's been going on. What's the deal? So he I guess he's completely caught off guard and just pissed off, and he's just like, you know what, I'm leaving, da da da. So he leaves. Next thing, what was it? Probably like an hour later. How long was it till he called me back or text me back or something? I don't remember. Mm-hmm. But he leaves, and then he calls me or texts me, and he's just like, you know, I'm sorry, da da da, you know, trying to like fix the situation. And I'm like, you know, but it was substantial to me at the time, so I was just like, well, you know, what's the deal? Like, you gonna need to stop talking to her? Like, what's going on? I made the dumb mistake, and I end up getting back with him. And
high school guys.
Yeah, it was just so
lessons being learned all through the years.
And throughout all those lessons, he is still the damn shadiest dude I have ever been with, ever broken up with. I end up, you know, getting back with him, and we made the decision that he wasn't going to talk to her. I made the decision. Shit, I didn't need him to make this decision with me. I made the decision he wasn't going to talk to her anymore. Next thing you know, what was it, like a few weeks later, I get into a car accident. Well, I got into a car accident because of the situation. I found out that they were talking still. And he was like, oh, but she's just my friend. And I'm like, I don't give a damn. I don't care what she is. Like, that's not what was going to happen. And so then we end up breaking up again. And he decides, like, okay, well, he wants to be with her.
I want you to go back because you sounded hella crazy talking about you got in a car accident because you found out, like,
I was pissed off. I was really pissed off, and I just wasn't focusing properly. I was driving back home from his house after arguing with him, and I had just gotten my license like 6 months before, and I just wasn't focused properly, and I end up getting in an accident. Yeah. And he comes to the hospital trying to talk to me.
Not on no crazy girl stupidness type of, like, no.
No, but he came to the hospital like trying to talk to me. I like had to kick his ass out. Like, I don't want to hear none of that. Like, and then later on, you know, he starts talking to me again, but at this point, it's like he's talking to me just so he can, like, get back in, and so we end up messing around or whatever, and next thing you know, homegirl's claiming him again, and I'm like, he was literally just with me, like, on Friday. Like, how is he your man? And it just was so back and forth. Like, me and this girl was beefing over this dude, and I was just like, yo, like, I'm not doing this. He had the audacity to call me after I decided that I was not doing it with him anymore. Like, I'm done. Like, this is not going back and forth. To call me and be like, how could you tell her that we were still messing around? You need to fix this. Why? Because I don't want you no more, and now she don't want you no more because she knows that you've been lying. Like, no. I promptly hung up on him. I was like, the hell, you gotta be out of your damn mind. Like, what? How could I tell her that my man was still messing around with me? Are you dumb?
Hello?
In my like, best Remy Ma voice. Are you dumb?
Yeah.
Anyway. So after that whole point, we stopped talking for months. I went down to Jamaica for the summer, dipped out for like 3 months. While I was in Jamaica, he was contacting me still. Mm-hmm. But I think before I had left, he contacted me like once or twice. Try to get in talking about, tell your brother I said happy birthday.
Oh, bye.
No, but I was just like, all right, cool, because I know they had a relationship outside of our relationship. You know, he's played with my brother when he was younger, so I was like, all right, whatever. And, you know, we ended up being cool. I went down to Jamaica, got another boyfriend, and when I came back up, he was doing everything under the sun that you do to keep someone. He was picking me up, dropping me to school, taking me to get dessert, feeding me, taking me to my homegirl's house, picking her up, taking her back home from school. We was both chilling at my homegirl's house. Like, he was putting in work to try and get back with me, and I was just like, okay. I was on the verge of being stupid again, and, you know, thinking like, oh, well, he changed, and, you know, things are gonna be good this time. And then
showing improved.
Yeah, and then, like, you know, up under me, calling me at every point in time. I'm here, I'm there, like, I'm at my grandma's house, this is what I'm doing, I just got out of school, like, you know, trying to rebuild the trust. And then This other guy starts trying to talk to me. Obviously, my ex didn't know this. But he started, showing interest, and I was kind of torn at that point. It was kind of just like this new guy, was doing it right from jump. And, he really, really, really liked me from, like, he met me years before in Jamaica. I just didn't know that. But I ended up going on a date, like, to the movies with this new guy. And I ended up starting to actually like him. Like, he was a real gentleman,
Gentleman.
He took me out everywhere. He made sure that I was okay. He would, he lived, like, 40 minutes away from me. He would come down to my house and pick me up and take me back to his house and then drop me back to my house at, like, 4 o'clock in the morning, after we done hung out with everybody and just, chill and watch TV and whatever. Like, he really cared. And I started to fall for him. And I still had my ex, like, trying to put in work. We were not together, but he was trying to put in work still. And I had to end up, ending it and being like, look, I'm not here anymore with you. Like, I didn't tell him that I had moved on because I just didn't want to hurt him. I didn't feel like that was necessary after I said, this is the type of person that I am. Even after all the crappy, shady stuff that he did to me, I was more upset about ending it with him because I felt bad and I didn't want to hurt his feelings. I was the one crying because I was ending it and breaking up with him. Because he's still, after everything, all this...
And they were already broken up.
Yes!
But she was just calling it off.
Right. I was kind of just like, I don't want you to waste your time.
Yeah.
Like, this is done. Like, I know we've been, trying to see what happens, but, like, nah. Mm-hmm. And I'm over here crying and, like, I'm just that person. Like, I don't want to hurt his feelings. And I've known him for so long. I still considered him a friend. Like, So, I don't know. Got with new dude. And him and I are still cool to this day. That new dude, not my ex. My ex, to end the story right, he ends up, after I end it with him, and saying, yeah, sip that tea, girl, and saying, like, I'm done, like, we ain't doing this no more, hops back to homegirl again. She was always, like, the rebound, like, the side piece or whatever. And then now she's not, because now... Finally, after I said I'm done, he went and put a ring on it. And, yeah. You got the wifey title, girl. Go.
You won.
You won the prize. Oh, God. Anyway, yeah. But that was the shadiest, like, grimiest dude I have ever been with. And, you know what? Like I said to Shenielle in another video, like, life works out the way it's supposed to, honestly. Because he was definitely not for me. We could have been good friends, but we, that just didn't end up being the way it was. I think that they're happy.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I haven't seen them in years.
But it does appear that they... but appearances can be very deceiving.
I heard that they were on, like, their second child or something.
Congrats.
Yeah. So, life works out the way it's supposed to be. And, granted, I still think he is the grimiest, like, shadiest, nastiest dude I have ever been with or dated, or at least at that point in his life.
Yeah.
I'm sure he has grown now, and I hope he has grown now. God knows. Because, like I said, if he didn't, you won the prize, girl. But yeah, let's just call it as life worked out the way it was supposed to.
Definitely did.
That wasn't for me.
Yeah. So I want you guys to comment down below. Let us know, have any of you guys been that grimiest dude or grimiest girl in your breakup? Comment
or
down.
Have you learned from it?
Yes.
Like, that's the most important thing to me. It's like, yeah, you did a lot of messed up things before, but did you go back and try and fix it? And did you learn from it? Like, to me, that's all that matters in the human experience.
Exactly.
Learning from your mistakes and trying to fix it.
Exactly. So, and not just be repetitive and be like, well, I did this to this girl, did this to this one, and did this and this, as if like you're correcting trophies. Trophies. It must be a new type of trophy for dogs, or roofies. Roofies.
Ruffies. Yeah. Anyway, leave the comments, comment, subscribe, share the video, guys, and hit the bell so you can see our
beautiful faces.
That's my friend.
Give me a high five with that.